Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Clippers will hold Kawhi Leonard out of drills during training camp. Kawhi Leonard and the LA Clippers have gone through a variety of treatments to control the inflammation in his surgically repaired right knee since the end of last season, and while the inflammation has gone down, the star forward will be held out of drills in next week's training camp to get him back to full strength. I think that the timing's all going to basically depend on how his knee responds to each phase, Frank said. No one has a crystal ball. Leonard and the Clippers are trying to get the knee to full strength and want to avoid the situation like during the first round of the playoffs against Dallas, when the consistent inflammation returned and limited Leonard to 2 games during the loss in 6 games to the Mavericks. Clippers coach Ty Lue said that there isn't a plan yet to implement Leonard into any practices and that they would rely on the team medical staff's guidance. The plan, Frank said, is to have Leonard work on strength training for his knee before returning. We're just really going to focus on strengthening and loading, Frank said. I think we learned some lessons. Just if you think about it, he desperately wanted to come back and play in that Dallas series, and within a game and a half, the inflammation came where it wasn't manageable, so we don't want to put ourselves in that position. Leonard, 33, missed the final 8 games of the regular season with inflammation in his right knee. He returned to the playoffs to play in Games 2 and 3 against Dallas, before missing the remaining 3 games of the Clippers' first-round defeat. The inflammation has been described as stubborn. Leonard was able to get it to a manageable situation when he participated at USA Basketball's training camp in July. USA Basketball opted to replace Leonard with Celtics point guard Derek White after camp. Frank said at the time that Leonard had not suffered a setback. When asked in July if Leonard underwent any type of procedures or treatment to his right knee before USA Basketball camp, Frank said he would not get into specifics other than that Leonard had worked very hard entering USA camp. The Clippers and Leonard are doing everything they can to prevent the inflammation from becoming an issue this season. I think the encouraging thing is we've seen progress, Frank said on Tuesday. This was a real tricky thing in terms of the inflammation. We're kind of searching for answers along the way, and with time we continue to learn more about what works, what hasn't. It's truly unfortunate that he's had to deal with this, but I think we're definitely trending in the right direction. Frank said Leonard is encouraged now with where the inflammation is. We got the knee in a really, really good place, Frank said. He came back for Dallas in the playoffs, and it has been manageable since. But we really spent the offseason trying to get this 100%, and I think we're getting closer and closer. In a letter to 2 senators who accused the NBA of putting profit over principle for partnering with Rwandan dictator Paul Kagame, Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum described how the league has championed several social impact initiatives in the country. Tatum also defended the NBA, as he did in an ESPN story that prompted congressional interest, by noting the league follows the lead of the U.S. government as to where it's appropriate to engage in business around the world. Investigative reporter Mark Finaruwada examines the partnership between the NBA and Rwandan President Paul Kagame in an ESPN special report, produced by William Weinbaum. Watch it here. If American policies were to change regarding business activities in and relating to Rwanda or any other BL market, our actions would of course change accordingly, Tatum said in the letter. The NBA's Basketball Africa League is closely aligned with Kagame and the Rwandan government, which has been accused of widespread human rights violations far worse than those the NBA opposes at home. In the letter, Tatum wrote that the NBA is focused on raising awareness of gender-based violence, supporting girls' education and encouraging participation in basketball at all levels. He also said that through the league's presence in Africa, it's helping to generate more employment and economic opportunities. Hub, Warriors unveil new Classic Edition jerseys for the upcoming 2024-25 NBA season. Warriors unveil their new Classic Edition jerseys for the 2024-25 season. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr spoke to the San Francisco Standard's Tim Kawakami to recap the summer and preview the upcoming season. Clippers' Kawhi Leonard underwent a procedure on his knee during the offseason, according to The Athletic's Shams Charania. The Golden State Warriors have officially unveiled their new Classic Edition jerseys for the upcoming NBA season, paying homage to the franchise's roots in Philadelphia. These throwback uniforms honor the team's storied history, drawing inspiration from their days as the Philadelphia Warriors, who claimed their second championship in 1956 nearly 70 years ago. The design also mirrors the road blue colorway the Warriors donned during their most recent championship season in 2021-22. As Golden State heads into the 2024-25 season, they celebrate the team's rich championship tradition with these new jerseys, hoping to channel that winning spirit into yet another title run. Thunder big man offers high praise to Draymond Green and former Warriors teammate. The Golden State Warriors have been blessed with two of the game's greatest shooters over the past 12 years, with Stephen Curry a 2x MVP and the recently departed Klay Thompson having been selected to 5 All-Star games. But the success of Curry and Thompson and of the Warriors, who have triumphed 4 times over the past decade, wouldn't have nearly been the same without the outer layers that perfectly complemented the way Steve Kerr has wanted to play. No one has complemented Curry and Thompson more than Draymond Green, together forming a dominant trio that gave nightmares for opposing defenses. While Thompson's departure will leave an absence, the Curry-Green connection is expected to last a little while longer. In a recent interview with Perspectives, new Oklahoma City Thunder big man Isaiah Hartenstein was asked to outline his top 5 passing big men of all time. Green unsurprisingly drew a mention, but less predictable was Andrew Bogut's reference in Hartenstein's list. Andrew Bogut when he was with the Golden State Warriors was good. Draymond Green you got to put in there, Hartenstein said, while also featuring Nikola Jokic along with Arvydas and Domantas Sabonis in his top 5. Bogut averaged 2.7 assists in Golden State's 2014-15 season, and 2.3 the following year when the franchise won a record 73 games. Yet those numbers don't exactly reflect just how effective the Australian was as a passer, whether it be pinpointing Curry or Thompson on backdoor cuts, or dribble handoffs where he'd free the sharpshooters up with bone-crunching screens. Bogut was less effective once he left the Warriors, having dealt with a huge injury toll across his career that included a broken leg just 4 days into his tenure with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2017. The 7-footer appropriately concluded his career with Golden State, signing with the team for the final period of the 2018-19 season. Some may think that Bogut didn't live up to the expectations of a first overall pick, but Warrior fans will fondly remember his impact over the first couple of years of the team's dynasty. It's nice that those externally, in this case Hartenstein, also recognize that, while Green's value is still being acknowledged despite misdemeanors and subsequent rivalries he's developed on the court in recent years. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Isaiah Hartenstein? Leave your opinion in the comments.